I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 14, Volume 5. I almost got that wrong for a minute there. Do you know, funny thing is, I ran it through my head just before I actually started this and thought, I'm going to get this, and then obviously I mucked it up. I had to even square these up, that's even worse. So, this week, I've gone with a couple of easy ones because I've had a long week, so I've just chosen some things that I hope will load quite quickly and be easy. So, we've got on this one, which is on a, I think it's a WH Smith's tape. They often use the word mighty, and look, it isn't even wound, that's terrible. You often use the word mighty, and look, there's the keys for it as well. This is up, left and right. Oh, so right, you can only go further in the game. You can't go back. That's going to be interesting. So we've got Frogger. This could actually be, I wonder whether this is the Cascade 50 collection one been re-edited, how it says 48k. And then we've got Saturn Lander, which I have no idea what that is. It looks like it's a landing thing. Beware to get the base. Thrust left, thrust right, thrust up. Right, okay. That could be quite fun. I've not played Saturn Lander before. But a bit of Frogger. I thought we'd go with an arcade classic. Followed with by Harrier Attack and Death Chase, because Death Chase is an absolute storming game. And of course, these are the controls for this, which is slower, faster, up, down, bomb, rockets, and a space is towards that. Exit with the space bar. I never knew that, actually, funnily enough. But as a bonus, I also found this, and it looks quite interesting. And I'm going to bring it over because it looks quite good. There we go. So we've got compiled graphics. And it's basically some load code. We've got to do rand user and that to run it, I think. And we've got all of these things here. So we've got network, night watch, circles, color scan, and line drawer. So I'm kind of interested to see that. It looks like some hand sort of done programs, if that makes sense. So we'll give those a try. I'll just put them on one side. So without further ado, we'll get this into a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so we've got our first one. This should be Frogger, actually, considering what it says on the tape. So we'll go down to our usual favourite, down to basic, and then we'll do load speech marks, and we'll push the button there. How's your week been? Have you had a good week? I have a bucket of coffee beside me, which is kind of an example of how busy I've been this week. I have had to do things and days that I didn't want to do things and all kinds of bits and pieces, and it's been super busy. So I have a bucket of coffee here. I mean, quite literally a bucket of coffee. See how much coffee I drink. I really should. I think it's replaced all my blood in my body, actually, to be honest with you at this point. So, is that playing? It's playing now. Really slowly. This tape doesn't look good. This doesn't look like a good tape. My tape drive doesn't want to play it. My tape drive's not playing. Why don't you want to play it? Do you ever find that with certain tapes and things? You've got them and the tape drive just doesn't want to pull it round, and it's not. And I wouldn't call it a tight tape, if that makes sense. You ever get that? I have that a few times. I think probably what it is I probably need the bands replaced in the rubber bands within the mechanism probably need replaced, and that's what I probably need to do. But I've never got round to it. Fair comment. never got round to it. I do have another plus 2 that's a similar sort of thing. Similar model? Haven't I good going slowly today? Making really weird windy noises. Does not like this tape at all. Right, okay. I get it. We'll put it on the other tape drive. God. You don't want to pull it. The other one will. I know it will. The other one's a little bit stronger. It's a bit stronger than this one. I do think they're a bit wimpy, aren't they? These tape drives. I think that's the problem with them. You are rewinding, aren't you? Yeah, you are rewinding. It is rewinding. Why doesn't it want to wind? Oh God! I've just felt why. The tape is really stiff. Oh, at the back. The back of the tape was really stiff there. I mean, really stiff, like there's something stuck in it. Some spectrum excitement, maybe. So we got to be excited with the tape. Yeah, that's better. It's winding now. That was a bit weird, wasn't it? That was a weird way to start the whole thing. Hopefully it'll pull it through. It was jammed. There was a bit of jamming going on there. Have you seen the thing that people have done before with these things? So there's a little sort of trick where people warm them on radiators, but you don't warm them too much. Just warm them a little bit, and that sometimes works as a way of unjamming tapes that are sort of frozen over time. You know, so that's a way to do it. Frogger! I always liked Frogger. I do. I think Frogger's one of them it's one of them good sort of single screen experiences for the Spectrum that we all quite like. So we got up is number 1, and 9 and 0 are left and right. So we can't go back, which is going to be a bit difficult. That's going to make Frogger a little bit harder because you could always go back with Frogger. So the aim of the game is this little frog wants to get from one side of the road and across the road, then across the river into his little homes. Oh, that doesn't sound good. You hear the noises going on there. It's struggling to pull this tape through. It's a strong tape. It's all glued in there. No, knew it. Oh, what is happened to that one? Give it a little tap. Oh. I think we need to give that a quick fast forward and a quick rewind. Oh, I can hear it sort of grinding on that. Whatever's in it is quite sticky. Okay, that's stopped. Let's give it another try again. Let's give it one more go. Trying to destroy tape decks here at this point. You know the way we used to get the tape and they used to wind it all round. So this time round it's just really strong. It seems it's really sort of tough. There's something sticking in there. But we'll give it another try. Horrible background noise on there. Fingers crossed. There's plenty of Froggers out there, but I was hoping that this would be the one. That's such a solid signal as well. Look at that. Beautiful lines. A nice solid sort of lines like that was representative of a good solid signal. The more wilder they are, the worse it meant when you were kind of getting the header for the game, because that's the header that kind of sets up the thing to say this is the program, this is what we're loading. So that's what it was there for. So this is a basic program as well. So it could quite honestly be the Cascade version of the whole thing, or the Cassette 50, wasn't it? Cascade Cassette 50, the one of the most hated cassettes out there. Basically, everything was written in BASIC, so that was the thing, and it was on everything. I think the Commodore 64 had it, the Amstrad CPC certainly had it, the Spectrum had it, I think the MSX had it. Everybody had them, and they were all basic games. That's all they were. I'll stop that. Do you want instructions? Do I want instructions? Yes, let's find out what the instructions are. This really does look like, in fact, this could actually be the Cassette 50 version of it, maybe re-edited. So, yeah, press any key. Controls, yeah, press any key to play. Oh, it looks like it. Oh, to be fair, though, that's quite fast for Cassette 50. So, this is our little man here, so we need to we need to run the road. And then we need to cross the road. We need to avoid the spider. Now, do we have to... I can't remember whether we have to avoid the crocodiles. Sugar got killed. See, I quite like the Cassette 50 version of this game because you could re-edit it yourself, and that was kind of cool in my mind. That was always kind of a cool way to do things, to be able to re-edit yourself. Now, the question is, can I jump in the water? Yes, so the things kill me, the boats and things kill me. So I'm swimming my way to victory here. It's a swim. And then we're going to go this way. Past the oil tankers. There we go. That's even the music, I think, isn't it? Okay, avoid the crocodiles. There we go. We're over. Because you can't go back though, you're gonna have to make some serious decisions early on here about where you want to be within the level. I guess it's pretty simple though to tracking the trucks. Tracking the tankers. I'm a bit too happy, really, aren't I, for this? I'm quite enjoying it, actually, though. It's a version I as I say, I kind of like the Cascade 50 thing. I think I may be alone in that love. Simply because, and here's my reason why I used to love it. I mean, and you can say, you know, you're an idiot if you like in the comments. That's fair enough. I can live with that. But I used to like it. Oh damn! I was trying to get out, be sneaky there, and do that. Because that's a tough one actually. Because you can't go back. It's a bit hard, that one, to get. iCustom is quite good because you can just reprogram yourself. You could break into the program, and then you could re-edit it in any way that you saw fit to make it work. And I think, if I remember rightly, the Frogger version game of the game was actually quite well designed, if this is the one, and I suspect it is. And it was quite well designed, and I could re-edit my graphics the way I wanted to do it. And it was good fun. Let's see if we can get up here. I'm going to get this one here, and then the last one is going to be the hardest one, I can tell you now. So when I do that twice, I'm sure it does in the original Frogger game, I'm sure it does it twice. Don't look like a frog, though, I look like a little man, don't I? So it kind of re-edited me as a little man, or maybe that it always was a little man. Does it a frog? It's not really a frog, is it? It's a man. Oh, no! I like the death sequence, though. That's quite sensible, sort of flying you back to the bottom of the screen. There we go. Cascade 50. Or Cassette 50. There's even a movie called Movie 50, isn't there? And it's awful. And they seem to have got all these... they seem to manage to get all these great big celebrities to star in this... What is like, wow, what a movie. Can I believe they actually put this together kind of movie? And they did. They put together this sort of horrible sort of movie. Very puerile. Not that I mind puerile, just extremely puerile. And it just wasn't isn't a very good movie. It's just not very funny puerile humour. Nothing wrong with puerile humour, but just not very funny. There we go, did it. And then we just repeat, rinse and repeat. That's exactly what we do. So let's have a little break and let's do a list of the programme just for the hell of it. Frogger, Your Computer, January 83. Oh, right, so it was actually a programmable code from Your Computer. There we go. So there's the answer to it. It's probably a better version then than the Cascade 50. But you could create your own. Let me press the enter button. I can see all this data it'll be all the characters, creating the characters, and then you've got the creatures after that. That's very cool. I quite like that. Let's do new, and let's do load it and see if there's anything else after this. Kind of a little bit short for just one thing. But you notice how fast it loaded actually once we got the tape sort of unstuck as it was. Wasn't that an exciting game, wasn't it? That was the most exciting game. So I'm going to assume Lunar Lander is also another game from Your Computer. Hopefully 1983. That's a good year, that. It's a good year. Same year I got my Spectrum. Never got... I was a year behind. I'm quite often a year behind with things and consoles and all kinds of things. I got my Xbox 360, I think, in 2005, which is, I think, after it came out in 2004, I think. Or was it 2006? One way or the other. It was a year later anyway. And I got my Commodore Amiga well into late in the day. It was a very late thing, that one. Right, let's get over this other side and see whether or not it's Saturn Lander, this one. Saturn Lander. That's alright, actually. I quite enjoyed that. Right, just rewinding. I should stop for some of my bucket of coffee. I hope you've got a bucket too.
I'd say a bucket because it's absolutely massive. I had to put like a spoonful and a half of coffee in, plus a spoonful and a half of sugar because I like a little bit of sugar when I'm at home. I don't drink it when I'm at work. Got to keep it, got to keep the calories down and all that. Keep the fat off and things. Mm. Oh, that's a good coffee though. That's a good one. But it's just big enough that you need a little bit more. You know, that kind of thing. It's the kind of cup that you can get a whole can of soup in. Have you got your Heinz tomato soup? Seriously though, when it comes to soup, one of my favourites recently. I mean, you can put your favourite soup in below. I mean, obviously, you can't be a bit of tomato soup. Obviously, tomato soup's a classic. Yeah, tomato soup, chicken soup, another classic. Yeah. I like a bit of lentil. I've got to admit, I do like a lentil soup. Lentil soup is a good one as well. But the one that's my absolute favourite at the moment, butternut squash and bacon. That's the one you can get for exclusively, I think, from the Aldi store. And they only do it in winter. It's like seasonal. It's really rubbish that it's seasonal, actually, to be honest with you. So I often stock up in the winter, so I've got some for the summer. But I'm a big fan of it. It's a corker in the flavour. It's just really nice. It just kind of really works well. The butternut squash is sort of that vegetable. Well, actually, it's a fruit, isn't it? But that sort of vegetable flavour, and the bacon obviously brings out that salty sweetiness that you like in things, And as we all know, you can't go with a bit of bacon on things. That's not very good. Where's my Luna thing? Oh, it sounds terrible. It's there, but it sounds terrible. It sounds quiet. Turn the volume right up. Don't think this tapes very well. Let's see if I can find Saturn Lander. That's what it was called. Let's see if I can find... Oh, terrible. If this loads, I'll be utterly amazed. Come on, go for it. Utterly amazed. I'm afraid to say this one's going to hit the bin straight away, this tape. I don't normally throw them out, but if they've absolutely had it, and this one's obviously jammed to pieces and all kinds of stuff, they do get binned. I think a couple of weeks ago there was a tape that we had that got binned. It was just so bad. I binned it. The tape was so badly sort of broken that we couldn't use it. Is there anything here? We've not got anything out of it. No, let's just try another rewind and we'll give it another try. One more go. We'll try it again. Come on then. Let's just press the escape. Yeah, new. Load dip. Let's push that button. No wonder the tape deck and the old Specky couldn't manage it. It was just a bit too strong for it, to be fair. Really risking this week. Let's have a search. So it's called Saturn Lander. I don't know if it'll be here. Saturn... Oh my god, it is! It's here. Your computer, 1983. Let's swap over to that. Right, this tape's going in the bin. I'll keep the case, though. Oh, the case is always useful, so that the game itself is going in the bin. The controls for it, though, are here, so we'll keep hold of them just for a second. But the rest of it, the rest of the tape is going in the bin. That's on the floor, thrown on the floor now. So unceremoniously thrown on the floor. Let's get Saturn Lander on, though. Let's go for it. Done. Play. Here we go. Saturn Lander. I'm utterly amazed that's there, but it's from Your Computer. I don't think I ever saw Your Computer magazine. It's one of those things I never saw, so... It's not a bad little tape case, this, actually. It just needs a bit of a clean, bit of TLC, and it'll be actually quite good. So I'll probably swap that for one that's in worse shape. I know there's places you can buy them still, can't you? You can buy them new, in fact. But yes, that's hit the bin. Probably a good idea, actually, considering the amount of damage it was doing to everything it was touching. Oh. One moment. Oh, it's in Spanish. One moment. I'm excited. One moment. What was the controls? That's not a good start. Run. There we go. What's the keys? What were the keys? Thrust left, thrust right, thrust up. 1, 2, and 0. I'm thrusting. I'm thrusting up, but I don't think I want to thrust up. I think I want to let it thrust down. This is interesting. All right, so you meant to land on the bottom there, but I don't think this program's correct. By the fact that it's coming up with those range errors, it's definitely not right. Let's do a little list on it then anyway. Just have a little look and just confirm it's the thing it says it is. It doesn't actually say. It might have done in the REM there at the top. Might have said your computer. Anyway, let's do a new. And let's pop out this tape, and I'll tell you what we're going to go for. We're going to change over now. We're going to change over. We're going to do the ones that look like pictures. You know the one that I said was the kind of the odd one out here, this strange one, which is quite thick actually. Oh, hang on a minute. Brace yourself. There might be some games on here as well. Computer graphics. Let's rewind this one. Right, so this is the compiled graphics one, but there's two things stuck in here. One says 3D Tank, Centipede, Time Gate, Meteor Storm, Intruders, and Chess. So it is possible there's some other stuff on here, some other things, some other games, some other goodies. I'm actually gonna admit not gonna be too chuffed if there is, because I'm quite looking forward to this load code here, and giving this the old whatever it is. I'm not very descriptive this week, am I? To be fair, I don't think on the scale of things, I don't think I've got the usual useless information this week. I don't think I've got anything really useless to say. I did collect a few things though this week. I got. Oh, lovely. It is definitely what it says on here, so it's network first. I did get this week, interestingly enough, I picked up some Spectrum for sale pickups, some absolute corkers. I got Quest Probe, the Human Torch and the Thing. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But I also picked up as well this week Delta Charge, which is, and I've got to find randomize and user and this number on the screen to see it working. So hang on a second while I grab I'll grab a rubber key specky so that I can see what keys I should be pressing. Hang on one second. You stay there. Just grabbing it. Just grabbing it. Got it. Get it. Got it. I'm here. Right. Okay. Where's the randomize? Rand. It's on T. Randomize. And then I need user, which will be a symbol shift and L. Symbol shift L. No, it's not symbol shift and L. Delete that. I didn't mean symbol shift. I meant extended. An L. So annoying typing these things, wasn't it, back in the day? I'm not sure what I'm going to do now, but this may cause the complete annihilation of every Spectrum in the world when I push this button. Let's just push this button. And... oh, yeah! Somebody did it with machine code. Very cool. That's cool. Quite like that. Wow. Network, it's called, this one. Somebody's like computer art. See, again, this is one of my things about this. What do you do with this? Somebody's actually got in trouble of creating this. I mean, this is somebody's. They've done machine code, obviously, because that's why when we loaded it was bytes, so it was loaded into as machine code. They've programmed this. They've learnt how to get the screen to create this imagery now. I mean, we're preserving it right now by watching it, but it's very much a preservation thing. Is it worth preserving? I don't know. Is the answer to that question? I really don't. I'm merely an observer on this. Quite often am with these tapes and things like that. So I don't know. I never know what to say about these kind of things. It's kind of cool. Is it worth preserving? Probably not, because it's I would have hoped it was fairly easy to replicate this motion. It's fast. I can tell you that. That draw rate is really fast. You can't really see it, but I'm actually convinced that it's shooting pixels from the centre outwards to the positions along the screen, thus creating these patterns. Very cool. Good start. Can we break it? Oh, we can. Is there a list here? No, there isn't. Proprietary property of soft tech. All commercial rights reserved. Have we stumbled on something here? Oh, have we stumbled on something here? Oh, 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 oh. Oh, this will be a load code, sorry. Oh. I hate it when we stumble on something like this, because there's something in this then. Is this early code from Softtech? Is this Softtech we'll see with the next one, because Night Watch is the next one, or somebody just pulled out that code. Night Watch. This is interesting. Oh, coffee's good. I love coffee. Still available for sponsorship. I'll even have the tattoo if you preside for free coffee. Right, can I run this? No, that didn't work, you see. That's something happened there with that one. Something happened with that one. Night Watch didn't load. Alright, okay, load code. Load code. Is this because... did it not work because I'd already loaded the previous code on the other thing? I don't know. You would hope that doing a new would clear the memory, but it doesn't necessarily follow will, I suppose. I guess the only way to do it is doing that hard reset that I've just done there. Circles. I'm thinking of Is it a Belinda Carlisle song? Circles in the sand. Yeah. Wasn't she a member of, what was it called? Was it the Mondays or something like that? Or Saturdays? Band before that. Do you remember that? No? Look at that. All rights reserved. It's that again, Softtech thing. Right, so we need to press randomize. Send mode. User. Right. Put this code in here again. So basically we're pushing, are we waking up a location or something similar? Is that what we're doing? I can't remember. We got circles. It's just going to draw circles. Have I got something interesting here in the sense of this? Whoever it is was very neat with the way that they were writing things up. Very neat indeed. Interesting. Right. Let's do a proper reset this time round so that we're not doing another one of those. Next one is called Colour Scan. They're like test beds, aren't they? They're all test sort of bits and pieces. I don't know if you were a big Softtech fan, you might be interested in this interesting piece of historical whatever it is. Softtech, I think, did a few. Were they? I want to say they did. Is it called Kidnap and a few other things? Oh no, hang on, no. They did Monsters in Hell. That was the one. Monsters in Hell. I remember that. That was Softtech. Kind of a mixture of things that were there. Again, listed commercial property Softtech. That's fine. So let's just see if I can remember all the commands. There we go. 5, 3, 9, 4. Push the button. Wow. An explosion of colour. Wow. Quite like that. It's kind of it's kind of like the Death Star exploding in the original trilogy, really, isn't it? Sort of. It isn't at all, but it could have been. I don't think the original explosion was that impressive, was it? If I remember rightly, because George. I mean, it's hard to remember the original things because George Lucas spent his entire life just upgrading them. However, in his defence, his theory was, and I kind of half get this. His theory was that a movie's never really finished, so you can tinker it to your heart's content. Yeah, tough one. Tough one. Tough one. I went out to with the I think I said the other week to the family to some toy stores, and I ended up buying Star Trek figures for a change. It was a bit of a unusual one for me, but I couldn't help myself. There was Khan and Kirk, so it's like I had to buy Khan and Kirk. It seemed wrong not to. Right, I'm getting quite good at writing these numbers. 4. And this one's called a Line Drawer. So again, like an explosion in the corner there. I see Vin Diesel walking away from it as something explodes. You're right, by the way. There's definitely Vin Diesel in the old collection of things, and The Rock, of course. The Rock. I never think. The thing is, I never think of The Rock as an action hero. Isn't that weird? I think of him more as a comedy act, and I maybe offending your sensibilities with that one. But because he always takes those comedy. It always feels like a comedy role. I don't think I've actually seen him very often do a serious role. Even when he's doing a serious role, they're more comedy roles than anything else. And he's sort of a comedy sort of size of a person, if that makes sense. I wouldn't say that to his face, obviously, because I may end up being pummeled by his comedy size. But I do feel he's a bit of a comedy act, really, in comparison. He's not. I think action heroes have to be gritty, whereas I can never take him seriously. I mean, to be fair, if you've seen the Tooth Fairy, you'll never see it. You'll never be able to take him for. Is it Tooth Fairy? Oh, I can't remember. There's one where he plays where his little girl turns up out of nowhere, and he's an American footballer, and he ends up sort of getting makeup put on him and all kinds of stuff. You can't really take him seriously after that. I'm sure Bruce Willis has done worse, but just one of those things. I mean, that's where it was. Bruce Willis's comedy, wasn't he, before he became the all action hero? Remember the what was it called? Oh, Moonlighting. That was it. Oh, Line Burst. We got loads of things on here. This thing's full of bits and pieces. Line Burst, soft tech. I'm assuming you could say again. Properties of soft tech. All commercial rights reserved. Wow. I think have we got something? Line Burst. Boom! That's definitely more like the Death Star blowing up. I'm going with that one as a better Death Star blow up. Right, let's go with it again. I'm already setting it every time, just make sure the memory's clear. That's why I'm doing that. Let's see what we got now. I do like these when we find odds and sods, really weird and obscure things. All rights reserved, soft tech. That element of it is really kind of. What's that? There's some noise there. There's some weird noise on here. When we got weird noises, we got to go to the other tape deck. When we got a proper speaker, let's weird noise this thing. Let's hear this weird noise. What was that? That was weird. There's no more on the tape. I'm fast forwarding now. We got weird stuff, peoples. Weird voices from the past. It's probably one of the monsters from hell that was from the game. I have played that on my channel, by the way. Have a little look for it. It's sort of Digger Dan, but not as good. Yeah, definitely Digger Dan, but not as good. Right, we'll flip this thing over and we'll see what's on side 2. See if there's anything interesting on there, because that was kind of a weird sort of background noise. That's the kind of noise my dog makes when it wants to go out. Oh, hang on. We got noise, but it's quiet. Let's see. Where's the blooming thing? What have you done with it? Oh, where is it? I'm looking for the. I've got to change for the tape converter to work. I need to change it from mono that comes out of it to a stereo adapter, which still produces mono. If that makes sense. So it goes mono, because it has to come out as mono, but into a stereo, and then they both produce the same noise, basically. So let's put this thing on. Turn this up. See if we got something interesting. An unreleased game from Softtech. Possibly. Don't know. Volume's very low on it. I've had to turn it full blast. Bright new erase. It's not very good, that. Let's turn that down a touch. See whether or not we can... We'll have to press brake because it'll get upset. Alright, load again. Come on. No. Let's turn the tone up a bit. No, it's not having it. It's not having it. We're not gonna ever find out what's on the other side of the tape. Noises. We might find out what's on the other side of the tape. Okay, phaser noise. Oh look, there's some noises here. Right, okay, let's see what else is on. Let's see if we can load something else. Let's see if we can invalid color. So there's something else here. Oh, I like these. I like these episodes where we're investigating. Investigation. I'm just like Batman without the billions and a cool car and whatever the guy was from Twilight and Michael Keaton and anything else I can think of that sounds completely erroneous to this particular time. Here we go. Noises again. Oh, it's another R-tape error. I didn't rewind it. It's getting close. Face of noises 2. Right, okay. Break. New. Load. Dip. Let's try it again. Let's see if we can... No, it's not having it now. Let's try it rewinding. One more. I just want it to go. It's so solid. It's so solid. I can feel it. It sounds wrong. Don't touch the solid thing. It's not right. It's like with sticky tape earlier. Leave it alone. Right, come on. Oh, you're not. You're a very naughty tape. Naughty tape. There's a lot of loading there. Let's see what we get after this one. We're going to get a let run bit here. Well, now something's actually loading bigger. Listen to that. That's a proper massive load. Whatever that is massive. Right, I'm going to put it in the other tape deck. I don't think we're going to get anything out of this. I think we're almost done, as they say, with this one. But we'll give it one more try in this tape deck for a second. Nah, it's just not got the volume for it. Oh, that was so interesting. There's not much left on the tape either. That's the other thing. So whatever that was the remainder of the tape, if that makes sense. That was it. Or was it? Let's see. Right, there's another one there. There's another bit there. Another bit there. Let's do this one. Right, let's pop that back in there. Here we go. Again. Come on. Oh, you're not going to do it. Not going to do it. It's just not going to do it, you know. I'll change the tone here. Frustrating. Far too loud for it there. Deafening it. Deafening the head. Turn that down, turn that down, turn that down. Let's give it a real turn down this time round. Just turn the volume right down. Go on, give it a try again. Nah, it's just we're just not getting it. The volume's really low on this tape. It's very, very low indeed. So we're struggling a bit with the. We've got another one here. No, we're not doing it. I got to admit, there's something for me about, because obviously there's a lot of nostalgia that go with these tapes and things like that. But for me, one of the most nostalgic things about it is listening to that. I always love that kind of sound. There's something very positive about that for me. Every time I hear it, it's got a little tingle. You know what I mean? It's that spectrum noise, that noise we were used to as a kid. That kind of. Just a lovely little thing. That's really interesting though. That was an interesting tape. That was more interesting than I thought it was going to be. I was bracing myself for the most boring and mundane tape ever. But to be fair, that was interesting. We had a good one there. That was a nice one. I don't know whether they were. I don't doubt there's any value in any of those things. You know, sort of soft tech things. I think that we've preserved them as much as we need to preserve them. There's not much more to it. So let's put this in and let's go with. I'm going to go with Harry Attack first. I'm going to finish on one that I really want to finish on, which is 3D Death Chase. I love a bit of 3D Death Chase. It always kind of ranks in the high top 10, I think, for Spectrum users, you know, and of downloading and playing and whatever else is. We kind of like it. I personally always felt it. I know you're meant to be like a bounty hunter protecting against territories or something similar. That's what's meant to be the story. But I was on my speeder bike and I was a stormtrooper, I guess. I don't know whether I was a stormtrooper. I was probably Han Solo on a speeder bike. Not that he was on a speeder bike, was he? I don't think. No, it was Luke, wasn't it, and Leia. But on a speeder bike, you know, going through the forest of Endor, shooting down the other speeder bikes, and that's always how I felt about it. That's where I was with 3D Death Chase, and it's kind of always stuck with me as that being the way that I wanted to play that game. So it was a good one. It was a good one. I liked it. Right, more from the bucket of coffee. Oh, that's a good bucket. It's a good bucket. You know it's good. You know it's good because you get that deep frost going on. Barry White. Yeah, a bit of Barry White. No Barry White. Maybe not. Never a big Barry White fan. You know, for the mood thing. I don't dislike him. Just never a big Barry White fan in that sense. Not really. I don't think really my generation, to be honest. Even if it was kind of my generation, I don't think it was really my generation. We were surrounded by these things. We listened to the other day. My daughter collects the Now albums, going right back to the beginning of sort of the original Now things, and she collects the new modern ones or whatever else. But she really likes the older ones, so she got like Now 6 out, and it was just chock full of like 1980s love ballads, you know, about sort of just general love, and something that's what I remember about the 80s. It's just absolutely full of songs about heartbreaking and all this kind of stuff. And love in general, and it was lovely. It was full of stuff like that. You know, we had lots of those kind of not movies, but you know what I mean, kind of sort of music and things like that. We just did. That was the way it was, and I quite liked it. So yeah, lots of them, and even our rock was all about love and love making. That was it, love and love making. Back to the swingers again. Bad choices. Or was it the orgy with the bad choices? It was the orgy, wasn't it, with the bad choices? Look at that! Shooting missiles. What level do I want? 1. Right, okay. So, hang on. What's the controls? What do I do? Will these work? No. So, that's slow down. Faster. There's missile and there's bomb. So we're a Harrier jump jet. I always quite liked this. And I think if I remember rightly, the missile follows you, so you can track with it. Then we've got a bomb as well, and then we basically bombing and dropping weapons on everything, so we can maybe hit that boat. I've missed that boat. I'm trying to get a plane there, but I've missed the plane. How did I miss him there? Did you get that one? I didn't get that one. Right, so we got missiles. Now we drop bombs on this little lot. There we go, torpedoes. We've got a certain number of bombs and torpedoes and things. Shooting down planes, speed up. There we go. Kind of good. I liked it. I liked it. Back in the day, I liked it. There we go, got my name in. It's very harsh though, 1 life, that was it. 1 life and you're done, you're out. 2,000 points. Let's try another level. Go for it again. Go another not another level, but another game. Never really finished it though, because you got like fuel and whatever else, and you had to go all the way across, and then you had to get back up and running again. As a Harrier jump jet though, it should drop. It should stop because they're what they're called, vertical takeoff planes. They're quite clever that way. They kind of vertically. Oh, I flew into that missile. That was very impressive. I was trying to blow up a boat. I wanted to blow up a boat. No score that time round. That's just push button. So here we go, off the boat. Do you think I can fly along the waterfront? No, don't fly into the water. I was thinking about the waterfront. Let's press 1. See if I can fly right against the water, but I don't know if I can. Oh, I can. See if I can shoot a boat with a missile from here. Should we do it a go? This will be funny. Got some torpedoes for him, some rockets. Oh no, he got me! That was unfair. Didn't even make a shot on him. Wonder what level 5's like. This is going to be like everything in the air, isn't it? Everything's going to be coming at me. Full tilt. Oh, I got it! When I was trying to go silly and go stupid fast across the level, managed to get it. Oh, it's all over. Did alright actually there. Not a bad score for whatever else. Level 5. 4 hits. I mean, you can go nice and slowly across it. It's the nature of the beast. It's one of those games where you can just kind of go nicely slowly across the scenery and do that. Cracking little 16k game. Appeared, I think, on the Amstrad CPC for free. They gave it away as part of that. They gave a bundle of 12 games. I mean, to be fair, we were all quite jealous of that. I think, you know, I know that they gave the Spectrum 48k Plus ended up with a little bundle of games, and I know that later, obviously, the Plus 2s came with a little bundle of games as well. But of course, that by then it was owned by Amstrad, so it was bound to come with a bundle of games. I mean, it was a smart marketing move by Amstrad. They literally created their own software department so they could create games, applications, and other things. And Amsoft, which is what it was called, it was just a very clever marketing ploy. They wanted to sell Amstrad CPCs, and that was what they did. They did it by literally giving you away 12 games at the beginning of it all. There's your 12 games. Some were good, some were bad. Oh Mummy is fantastic on the Amstrad CPC, not so on the Spectrum. But the point was that that's what they did. They sold it with, there's a bunch of games, there's your monitor, there's your keyboard, and there's your tape deck all built into one. Plug it in. I remember though this. I remember reading this that one of the stipulations of or Sir Lord Alan Sugar was that the people must be able to move the cursor around the screen when they press the cursor keys, because that was a selling point. So you could move the cursor around sort of independently on the screen. There's like a little cursor controls sort of moving around, and the cursor could be moved around independently. Didn't do anything, but it could be moved around independently because that would be a selling point. So when people went to the stores and these things were sat just, you know, with a blue screen and a yellow text on the front of it, you could move the cursors around on it. No other purpose, just quite literally because it would sell more of them, and that's not a good start. We're not what we want to see. We don't want to see it with a screen like that. Well, we'll see if it loads, but I doubt it somehow. Mervyn Escort. Escort? Escort. Yeah. It must be like Ford. If I was parents, I'd call him Ford just for the hell of it. That would have been really awkward. Ford Escort. Oh dear, I'm so cruel. I'm so cool, but yeah. So it was a marketing thing, and I mean to be fair, when I got my Spectrum, I mean I'm just delighted to get Spectrum. I spent all the time just programming it, just writing my own sort of random sort of. I guess today you would call them demos. You know, these things where you get to do like flash the screens and print things on it and all this kind of stuff. I knew that wasn't going to load. That was a bad look of it when it was doing it. Let's find it on PlayZX. It will be there. I'm not even going to try and load it from something else. We're going to finish on a high. Finish on a high with 3D Death Chase. That's the one. Always an absolute classic for people. Even though we couldn't play Saturn from when I'm looking on here. Saturn. What was it called? It's 3D Death Chase, isn't it? It's 3D. 3D. Can't spell death. Death Chase. There we go. A re-release by Zeppelin was 20 seconds, almost 22 seconds longer. Isn't that interesting? Well, it's not interesting. It was longer because they obviously put a title screen on it, or a better title screen, or a newer title screen, I suspect, is the answer to that. So let's go play with the micro mega version of it. This is the thing. I always wonder what happened to some of these programs. I think they all made their millions and just that's it. They settled and did what they need to do. Or if they didn't, I'm sure they're out there right now doing what they do. It was a strange time. It was a time when you could be a rock star from your bedroom. It was that kind of thing, wasn't it? I mean, you can still be a rock star from your bedroom if you want to, like I'm a rock star from my own office or my own sort of games room right now. That's exactly what you can be a rock star in. But it's not the same thing as being a rock star for writing computer games as we used to. I'm sure there are some people who are still rock stars from their bedroom, possibly. I mean, the guy who wrote Stardew Valley, if you've not played it before, well worth investing in. He wrote that himself, and it took, I think it was over the course of like 8 or 9 years, he wrote this thing, which is effectively an RPG upgrade on Harvest Moon, but his version of it. So it's a sort of farming thing where you can farm, you can forage, you can have relationships, all this kind of stuff, sort of in pixel graphics. And he wrote that over a very long course of time. He launched it, and I think... So this wasn't meant to be the Zeppelin version we were loading, but we're loading the Zeppelin one. Anyway, different title sort of screenshot, because they kind of made it like little hover vehicles, like whatever. Anyway, so you know, and he made this game over a length of time and then released it, and then it was just an absolute hit. It was absolute hit. However, I have read another interesting stat. Here's the other thing about this though: the average indie game developer only makes about £4,000 in profits from their games, because unfortunately with marketplaces and the world swamped as it is with games, unless you're somebody physically picks it up who can influence other people to buy it, you are lucky to sell a handful of them. You're lucky to sell, lucky to make 4 or 5,000 from your hard-earned work, and I assume that is 4 or 5,000 on top of paying for the amount of sort of effort that it takes to do the whole thing in the first place. So, but yeah, that's a very disappointing little stat, really, if you ask me, because there are some great indie game developers out there who are sadly overlooked, and they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. Number one. Now, what's the keys? I feel like I should know them. Well, that's left. Ah, there we go. Got it. And space is fire. That's it. Got it. Yeah, so you got to get up to speed to chase these guys. That's it. You got to get them at the targets. Oh, I got a helicopter. So you're patrolling basically through the woods, and you're on your motorcycle. Gotcha. Brilliant. So now we're doing, I think, night driving, night patrol. And the trays get denser, which is a clever thing. It's a 16K game. This is brilliantly done. You can only hit them at a certain range. I can hit them now. Oh, go. Come on, motorcyclist. There's the one there. Got ya. Day 2, Sector 2. There's tanks now we've got to avoid. As I say, it's you're getting paid mercenary money, so you get your dollars down there. Of course, oh, God. Oh, God, how did I end up going that wrong way there? Go have another go. One more go, and then we'll call it a day. But, yeah, it's a cracking little game, this one. Oh, no, it's decelerators now. It's number 8. Full tilt, though. It's the only way to drive. Full speed ahead. Diving in and out of the trees. Showing some skill. Unlike me most of the time. It's a good game, this. This is one of these games that I could put on and play for ages. Just sort of try to see how many levels you could get through, see how far you could go, see whether or not, you know, your sort of skills could sort of hold up to the to sort of diving through trees. And then you see, of course, as you got better at it, the more you would actually choose to head through the dense wooden areas, sort of to sort of you know, to try and kind of increase your skill, if that makes sense. Bit of a reaction time going on and all that. Bit of that going on. Like that. There we go, got him. Look at that. 3D Death Chase. Amazing. Wow! Oh my God! I managed a little bit of coolness there for a second. It was super cool. 1 second, just diving in and out of the trees. It wasn't cool then. Lost. That was really good. What a great little game, and what a great way to actually end this episode. So anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and maybe share it somewhere as well, please. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Bye bye now.